So I went all across TikTok and I found a whole bunch of anime hot takes that I like to share and look at. So enough talking. Uh, let's see some of these anime hot takes. Now, starting off, this says Naruto hot takes that get progressively hotter, part 1. Now, depending on how this does, I may do a part 2, potentially. I don't know, possibly. But enough talking. Like I said, let's see what these hot takes are. So, Naruto should have ended with Naruto becoming Hokage. I kind of agree with that. I don't think that's much of a hot take. Like, I kind of agree. What's the point of Boruto? That's no shade to Boruto, but I don't think I needed like a sequel. Rock Lee carried a lot of OG Naruto and deserved way more screen time. Shippuden. I agree. He did. I always stand on Shippuden. Just said forget the background characters and we're only gonna focus on like a couple of characters. Yo, Shippuden in my eyes would have been way better if they focused on the background characters. Rock Lee being one, but they wanted to focus on other stuff. So hey, Sasuke would have been home by 9 if Shino came on the retrieval mission. Shino wasn't on that retrieval mission? Really? I forgot. Damn, it's been a while. But nah. Nah. I don't agree with that. Boruto compared to Naruto will always be worse no matter how good the manga is. I do agree with that. I hear a lot of people say good stuff about the Boruto manga. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do hear a lot of people say, yo, the Boruto manga is like that. It's good. It has better highs than Shippuden and some better highs than regular Naruto. So I do hear that a lot. It's just people live and die by Naruto. So Final Valley battle is one of, if not the greatest anime fights of all time. Maybe one of. I don't think it's the greatest. Maybe one of. But I also can think of a lot of fights that are a lot better. But it could be one of the greatest. I can agree with one of. Madara would have killed Naruto and Sasuke if he wasn't stabbed in the back by Zetsu. I mean, kind of, yeah, because they were like stuck for a minute, right? I kind of agree with that. I don't think there was really a way to stop him. I kind of agree with that a little bit. I kind of agree with that. Itachi is the best written and saddest character in the whole show. Who else would I have above Itachi? I don't know. I guess I kind of agree with this too. I don't know. These aren't like super like hot takes. These are kind of like I kind of agree. Neji's death shouldn't have happened, but other characters like Kabuto, Orochimaru, especially Tsunade and my guy should have died. The last 2 deaths would have been great for Sakura and Lee's development. What Tsunade really have affected? Like my guy, okay, fair. What Tsunade have affected? Like Sakura like that? What she have? Kabuto and Orochimaru is whatever. Like those are whatever. But I'm more so. My guy, I agree with Tsunade. I'm iffy on. I'm iffy on my guy and Tsunade. But Orochimaru, Kabuto, like whatever. Neji shouldn't have died. I mean, did he have to die? So what? Ooh, it's a long one. Hold on. Let me blow my nose. So, Sasuke and Sakura's romance makes no sense. Because Sasuke showed, like, no feelings towards Sakura throughout the show. He tried to kill her, like, 3 times. And Sakura, unlike Naruto, didn't really have any good reasons to be obsessed over Sasuke. I mean, wasn't that, like, her childhood crush? And he had... My fault. Sasuke had to have some type of love for her. They have a kid together. Like... Just because Sasuke is cold-hearted and don't want to show no emotions doesn't mean that he doesn't have any type of feelings for her. I see a lot of people say this. Like, so? And then remember when Sakura was like, oh man, Naruto, I like you. He's like, no, you don't. You like that guy. And I know it. So don't over here play it. And then Sasuke held it down for Sakura too. I don't agree with this. How does the romance not make sense? They have a kid. There has to be some type of love there. He has to have some type of emotion towards her. The last one is Naruto is the greatest anime of all time. If you don't agree, then it's definitely the best of the big three. I don't agree at all. I don't even think it's the best of the big three. I think that it is cool, but it's not the best of the big three. Not the best of the big three. So yeah, I don't think it's the best of the big three. Moving on though. My anime hot takes get progressively hotter. Here we go. That is the best power system in anime. I think we all agree on that. I don't think that you're gonna get no fight back with that, pushback. Vinland Saga is the best seinen anime. It's top 15 anime manga of all time. I don't know about seinen, but I do. It's in my top 5 of all time. So if somebody would say top 15, I'm not even gonna argue that. That Vinland Saga is hard. People just don't want to read. That's all. People just don't want to read, because if you read everything past Farmland, that right there is some good stuff. ReZero is the best isekai anime. Yo, this most recent season, you could make an argument. You could make an argument. Because the only other anime I could see being on that level is probably Mushoku Tensei. But you can make the argument. You can make the argument. The correct ranking of the new Big Four anime: JJK, My Hero, Demon Slayer, and Black Clover. Yeah, no. No. And there's no Big Four. There's no Big Four. We're not gonna do that. But either way, no. Not at all. I would not rank these like that anyway. But there's no Big Four. What Drake said? Man, a big three, there's too many chefs in the kitchen. There's no Big Four. There's no Big Four. It's too many of y'all that's not cooking. That's all I'm saying. Anime where the main character is a manipulator are the best kind of anime. What? What? Who was Thorfinn manipulating? He's telling his followers, "Hey, look, this place called Vinland is non-existent. I just want y'all to follow me." What? What? Yeah, some of the psychological ones, yeah, for sure. But what? What? Okay. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. Fan service in anime doesn't completely destroy an anime, even though it can be annoying. I agree with that. I think it's just how you do it. I like fairy tales fan service is whatever. I could care less. But there's fan service in other ways too. I don't really care for fan service. It's whatever to me. I don't think it ruins the story though. Shimura, seeing the real world is almost as good as On Your Feet, Dad. Hold on. I always tell myself one day I'm gonna go back and watch Fire Force. What if I don't know, to me it might be the other way around. On Your Feet, Dad was cool. It also like left like a lot of plot holes. But I think Shimura seeing the real world is a little better. That might be my hot take. That might be my hot take, but I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because of like it makes sense for Fire Force's story. It makes sense. And Aaron telling his dad to get up is like you could change history. Like you could change all of this. You could have stopped all of this. So anyway, to be incident, nope, 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 nope. I don't want to read the rest. Nope. I got sneeze again, but nope. Nope. I used to remember my early days on TikTok, and I used to say, "Yo, Shibuya incident is the best day since sliced bread, best day, best." Nope, nope, nope. It's good. It's good. I'm not gonna. But top 10 arcs in all of anime? Nope, nope. Yeah, the Shibuya incident? Nope, nope. Top 10? Nope, nope. If you think Death Note got worse after Ella died, then you watched the anime wrong. I kind of agree. I don't think Death Note. I mean, all right. I agree with the asterisk. I don't think Death Note is as bad as people make it out to be post L dying, but that's just because L and the light thing was like a good back and forth cat and mouse kind of game. I think that's all lost after. It's not as good. It's just like all right. What's next? If Hunter x Hunter never went under hiatus, it would be in the big three along with Naruto and One Piece. I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that. I don't know. I never looked at Hunter sales, but but was Hunter doing those type of numbers like sales wise? Because if it's doing those type of numbers sales wise, then I don't know. I don't know what Hunter's numbers was like. I don't. I think people think the big three is the big three because I don't think people really understand why it's called the big three. Um, so I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that one at all. Nah, nah. And what is it? Nah, nah. What does the sales look like for Hunter at that time? Regardless, though, main hot takes that get progressively hotter. 10% to 100. Let's go. Dark Tournament arc is the best tournament arc in all of anime. I agree, 100%. Unless it's sports. Unless it's sports. Unless it's sports. Because I haven't seen any sports tournament arcs outside of Ace and Diamond. But unless it's sports, I do agree with this one though. I do agree. I will say. Not all filler episodes are bad. Some can raise an anime's enjoyment. I kind of agree. I didn't watch any of the Bleach fillers. I watched some of the Naruto ones, like Mecha Naruto, trash. But I heard some of the Bleach fillers are really good. I heard they're pretty fire. Like I said, I've just never seen them myself. Maybe I'll check them out one day. Who knows? My Hero Academia is the best new gen, and there's no debate. Okay, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I like My Hero past certain parts, but I don't agree with that one. But hey, that's your own opinion, I guess. Naruto was not holding back in the first Final Valley fight. Sasuke was just strong at the time. I thought that was like, what? Whoever said he was holding back? Whoever said Naruto was holding back? We must have not been watching the same show, but whoever said he was holding back, huh? And for those who said he was holding back, where does that even come from? Like ultimately, yeah, like where does that come from? That's weird. I've never heard that. In all my time of Naruto watching, I've never heard that he was holding back. So, most anime endings feel rushed and boring. I mean, we live in a microwave era. I don't know how many of y'all would like a flushed out ending. I think that the ones that want to have a flushed out ending will have a flushed out ending. Like Vinland Saga had a very flushed out ending. It didn't feel rushed. AOT's ending felt rushed. You could tell it's rushed. You could tell it's rushed. It's a lot of anime endings today where it's like like I'm not even gonna lie. It's been a while since I watched it. Like I said, but Fire Force ending kind of doesn't feel rushed. It feels like they try to flush it out as best they could. So there's a few things. Oh, Violet Evergarden ending that feels flushed out. That's pretty new. So I'm like 50-50 on this one. I don't agree, but I kind of agree. I don't even know who this is. So who Hugo? Look, all my Blue Eye people, I don't watch Blue Eye enough, so y'all are read it enough, so y'all gotta hold that down. Classic what? I don't agree with this. Classroom Elite fell off after season 2. No, I think what happened is it started to Aina Koji is smart. I think they start to lean more into Aina Koji being a master manipulator. I know someone in this said good anime has or master manipulators, whatever. I think season 3 and onwards is going to be him like locking into who he is as a character. He's smart as heck. So nah, I don't think so. Before Itachi was introduced, the Byakugan was better and cooler than the Sharingan. What? No. I thought it was cool, but I didn't think it was better than Sharingan. Yo, when freaking Kakashi pulled up with his Sharingan and that one eye, I was like, damn, that's cool. That's cool. I don't care for this freaking Byakugan. Get that out of here. Saying L knew light was Kira couldn't improve it makes no sense. I might need to go back and watch that though. Whenever Kakarabashi is anime, it will be best animation of its generation. I can kind of agree with that. But then again too, you have Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer, and both of those are really good, like animated wise. So I don't know if I agree with that one, but I can see it though. We got more hot takes, hot takes, hot takes, hot takes. We got a lot of hot takes. We got a lot of hot takes. All right. My hot takes that get progressively hotter. Let's see. If Tokyo Ghoul anime kept up with the manga and did change, it would be the Go conversation. I kind of agree. You know what's crazy? I kind of agree only because I hear how people talk about the Tokyo Ghoul manga. I kind of agree. Your new art is the best art in Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. I think that was Chimera Ant, but yeah. Shinobu slams Tengen and Rengoku low difficulty. What? Nah. No. What? Whatever. I don't know how I feel about that. Hold on. One Piece. I like stuff because it's like, you know, I don't think I agree with this. Yeah, I don't agree with this one. No. Especially that Naruto and Luffy one. No. But whatever. Sinnoh was the best Pokemon. Sinnoh was the best reason the Pokemon anime. Even I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Sinnoh to me was the best one. It's like I like the OG one. Battle Frontier, Sinnoh. And those three are like my favorite. The later on ones they got good too. It's that middle pack of Black and White to the end where I stopped watching as much. But Sinnoh was really good. Sinnoh was really, really good. Kogias opening. You know what's crazy? I've heard this before. I've heard people say this before. Yo, do people really not like colors like that? I like colors a lot, but I've heard people say this about the Kogias opening that colors is like low-key one of the weakest ones. Dang. Yuichi's better MC than Iron Koji. Who's Yuichi? Gasket. Are the boys top 5 anime heavily slept on? I've heard this too. This is not the first time I've heard this. Like I said, I gotta go back and watch Fire Force. Is what I'm saying. Gaby was a terrible person, just proud of her environment she was raised in. I mean, yeah. Vinland Saga, episode 24, End of the Prologue, renamed the highest rated anime of all time. Episode? Yeah, that's a good episode. That is a really good episode. All right, where we at next? We don't have any left. This is my hero ones. All right, let's go. Endeavor's the best ranked character in the show. Nope. Probably internship was by far the worst episode in the show. I don't even remember it. Hawks is by far the coolest pro hero, has the biggest impact on the survival of Hero Society. No. He's cool, but I don't know if he has the biggest impact. League of Villains dynamic was miles ahead of Class 1A's. I do agree with that. The League of Villains felt like they were all together. Like they had a common goal. I mean, they was trying to take out the heroes, but they felt more together. His start is the best episode in the anime. What's his start? I don't know. Deku learned off his quirks way too quick. It would have been better if he had less. I kind of agree with that. He learned them fast. I don't know if it'd be better if he had less, but he did learn them kind of fast. He didn't master them, but he learned them pretty fast. Todoroki family is the best part about the show. What? What? This is a lot of Endeavor love. All for One Shigaraki should have been separate villains. All for One constantly taking over Shigaraki, ruin what made Shigaraki. Hold on. My nose is killing me. I kind of don't agree with this only because I think they would treat as two separate entities. I just think when All for One kind of was like, yo, I need you, he needed him. Shigaraki was a villain. He wasn't trying to he wasn't trying to develop to be better. He's a villain, bro. Like he was trying to end the world. Literally, Frank, what he wanted, the Deku said, hey, look, I could kill you right now. And I'm not going to. I want to see how you progress. Like, what? Season 6 is the best season. Is good by margin. What's on season 6? I can't spell season. I can't spell. I see 6N. Is it? I don't think so. I personally don't think so. I don't know. What's the last one? Whoa. This is what happens when I'm on TikTok, I guess. We're not cutting that out. One take. Then didn't show was played safe. It made a final fight. I don't think they played safe either. What? He had to get rid of all his quirks. I mean, a lot of people thought I already had the idea that he was, but I don't think they played it safe. They could have played it safe by letting him keep all his stuff. That would have been more safe than let him get rid of all his stuff. Okay. We have 5 more. 5 more. 5 more. My Naruto hot takes that go from 0 or 10 to whatever. Naruto should have ended him becoming Hokage. Orochimaru should have stayed a villain. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Haku and Zabuza dynamic ended too early, and this arc was quite amazing. I think you needed the Zabuza Haku arc early, though. I do think you needed that a little bit early to like let Naruto know, hey, look, things get crazy on this side of the world. Much I love my guy. I think we all agree that he should have died. Rock Lee loses the guard was completely necessary for his development. Of course. Pain was the best running villain in the whole anime. I don't agree, but I kind of see the point. The only person who surpassed Hashirama is Naruto. Huh? I can see this only because like Naruto was him at the end of it, but some people might say otherwise. Gaara's the best rated character in the whole show. Nah. Naruto and Sasuke get their godly powers ruined the power scaling and it shouldn't have happened. I mean, if they're like the reincarnations or whatever, it kind of has to happen, right? But I don't think it ruined the power scaling. If anything, they just opened it up to more freaking godly people to be out there. And then they had to bring it back down in Boruto. So I kind of agree, but I kind of see where they did their own thing. And last but not least, 100%, Sasuke's actions were not justified and should have stopped after killing Danzo. What actions of Sasuke's were justified? Like, Sasuke was wilding in Shippuden, yo. Sasuke was bugging at Shippuden. What? Oh, this is like a video, right? I'm not pausing for everyone. Alright, I gotta. It's okay to watch anime because it's entertaining. I mean, of course. I actually gotta pause them. Popularity and quality are not directly linked. Don't judge someone based on how popular their favorite anime are. Oh, you just talking to people. Top tier pacing is much more important than top tier animation. I do agree with that. You do need good pacing and a good story. As of August 2025, Taco Pizza Razor set is looking like anime of the year. Wow, I didn't win anime of the year. I'm sorry to tell you that. High IQ, low IQ anime have equal places. Don't dog out someone for preferring one over the other. Hey, I don't like Neon Genesis. What's my dog doing? Anime with something to say tend to be better than anime that just exists to entertain. Huh. That's interesting. I've never heard something like that before. I kind of agree with you a little bit, though. While it's not my #1 favorite, Neon Genesis is my current pick of best anime of all time. Wait, so what'd your favorite be? And that's a hot take for you. Attack on Titan is in a conversation for a GOAT, but it's not nearly as clear as people might make it out to be. I don't have AOT as a GOAT, but nostalgia influence should be considered when rating or discussing GOATs. I think influence could be up there. Nostalgia, no. Whew. If we're not wanting to accept when stories push the boundaries in order to convey a point or develop a theme, there's no point in creating or consuming art. Damn. Dropping bombs on people. Here we go, some Naruto ones. Yo, why do I have so many Naruto hot takes? And why are they all about like the same thing? Yo, claim we're massively neglected in both, right? Yeah. Like there's other clans out there. What else do we have? Oh, I failed. Anyway. Yo, on one end, somebody says that they're justified. On the other end, somebody says they're realistic, understandable. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Orochimaru says stay the villain. We've heard that. Naruto beats all 3 legendary Saini at the same time. At the same time is crazy. I don't know about that one. Hashidawa Hashirama. What? You where y'all be finding this stuff from? Y'all just want a reaction. Obito and Pain are far better villains than Madara in terms of writing ideology and impact. I don't know, man. Madara was over here on some other stuff. Hashirama says stay the strongest shinobi in history with only Naruto surpassing him. Naruto abandoning hard work versus talent ruined the message of the series. What? Y'all wasn't watching Naruto. Naruto is the best thematic depth in anime. Only One Piece comes close. I don't know about that. And Naruto is the best series of the big 3. Y'all keep saying that. No, it's not. My anime hot takes. You should have 100 episodes. You should have to watch 100 episodes someday before it gets peak. Why you shooting at One Piece like that? So it has become so overhated. It's not my top 10, but it's still a solid 9 out of 10. Every show has to have depth, twist, and romance. Sometimes experiencing peak cinema is peak. It's not peak. John's the strongest of the scouts. What? Wait. You might have a point. Levi, Mikasa, you might have a point. Okay. You might have a point with that one. Lloyd and Yor, forget about Lloyd and Yor Forger beat Levi and Mikasa in a 2v2. They might actually. They might. But I don't know. Levi's like that. I don't know. What big bad have Lloyd and Yor really fought versus Levi and Mikasa freaking fight Titans? The big 3 were all released weekly, meaning they're just a full of filler and nonsense for money. How much filler does One Piece have? Gojo is stronger than Sukuna and would okay. Attack on Titan is and will be the GOAT anime. No one will dethrone it. People hate on it. Just try and be different. Okay. That shit is not the GOAT. Avantgarde is the most undertaught anime of all time. I kind of agree. Tekken versus what's called the best new gen fight? No. Let me see this last one before I get pissed off. I know this has been killing me this whole time. Anyway, Kaneki is the top 5 MC. I've heard that. Vinland Saga is top 3 new gen. It's not new gen. It's just new to y'all. But I mean, I guess. Sure. The first 2 seasons and 7 episodes were actually good. Completely fumbled the rest though. I agree with that. In terms of quality characters, example Chrollo, Miura, Hisoka, and Killua, Hunter x Hunter has the most quality characters. There's another big fish out there called One Piece. You lie to yourself if you say you understood Nehemiah, I can't speak. If you understood Evangelion's ending after watching it the first time, I didn't even see it. Ha ha ha. Iron Koji is the top 5 new gen MC. Clash of Elite is the top 5 new gen anime. Nah. In terms of animation compared to the Fate series, I agree with that 1000%. 1000%. Ishigami is the best Love is War character. I've never heard that before. Vinland Saga in 86. Every other new gen that comes out, Recipes 86. Last one. And the big three were starting today. They would not be as popular. Still good, but not as popular. You know why I agree? Because all three of these anime only are good because of the time they came out in. And you know what? Y'all today don't like anime that take time to build. Back in the day, back in my day, we let things build. Y'all don't let anime build today. That's why so many anime are ending so fast. So they wouldn't be as popular because it takes 50-something episodes for certain things to happen in each of these anime. Y'all not gonna sit there and watch this week to week and be like, you know what? Nah. If One Piece was in like speed run mode and they just said forget everything, I think it would be popular. Same thing with Bleach and Naruto. But Black Clover has ended, My Hero has ended, Demon Slayer has ended, JJK has ended, and those things are a lot younger than these three. So I agree that it wouldn't be as popular, but that's because y'all just don't let the beat build. And with that being said, thank you for coming through, hanging out, watching this 30-minute video of all the anime hot takes that I could find on TikTok. If y'all like what y'all saw here, make sure to let me know down below. And I may do another one of these. I don't know. Who knows though?